Welcome back, everyone. Hey, we got a community race with about 19 in the start pen. I think it was maybe 15, something 15 and 19 is in the start pen. There are some pretty serious riders here. We're going to cover the Jurassic Coast, so we're going to head into Titans Grove and then out through the new coastal expansion. So you can see here we got some serious riders, some of the black dot riders at the 5 watt per kilogram range, and me and two others were on the lower end, the 4.4, 4.5 range. So just on paper, I'm definitely outgunned within this race, but hey, it's a race, and you know, we're showing up. We're going to give what we got. Coming into the rollers here, they're hitting it pretty hard, but this is a large enough group you can kind of draft. You don't have to panic too much because there's going to be enough draft where you're not going to get dropped right out of the rip, within a second or two, because the group is all similar power. We're obviously, all of us are being in the top group. We got some pretty decent power. Now, granted, that's spread out over, a watt per kilogram almost, but still. I know this course real well. Coming through Titans, we raced this 100 times, and then going out through the new roads, I've raced it a bunch, so I fully understand what's coming. Obviously, Titans Grove KOM, and this is the harder side. This is obviously going to be where you gotta full commit, because if you get dropped here, you're done. And as we see, I'm going to slow down for the whole climb because I know that this is going to be a super difficult climb, and from other races I've done, I kind of know or understand when the attack's going to happen. It always is in that last third of the climb. No matter what race you do, the bottom half is hard, don't get me wrong, but that top third, it's insane where the pace kicks up, especially for me where I'm at the bottom end of this group. So my sole focus here is trying to stay in the mid pack, always stay in some sort of draft, because this climb isn't steep enough to lose draft. The draft still has some effect in it. As we are climbing, I do drift to the back here. There's one or two guys behind me, but this is okay at this point because we're not super steep. We still got a good draft coming, and I am 6 watts per kilogram. That's pretty good effort for me, for any amount of time. And right coming up here, see that orange number? That's where the alarm bells are going off. This is where I know I have to go no matter what. If I want to make this selection, I gotta go. I have to stay in the draft. I have to stay on these wheels. So you can see, like, the last 30 seconds of this climb, I averaged over 500 watts. I think it was. It was a sizable chunk of difference. And I'll show the graphic here. After the climb, you can see how intervals separated the bottom half and the top half of this climb. It was pretty distinct of where I recognized I had to go. And this applies for all categories. You could be in the bottom group, top group like me. Those moments to where you are basically at the hard part of the course, you have to make that decision. You're going to go all in, because it doesn't matter if you make it to the end or not, if you have anything. You have to full send, give it that effort to stay with the group. And as you can see here, some guys are off the front. And in my mind at this moment, I'm like, yeah, this is going to come back. It's not going to go anywhere, because I did another video where it took me like 3 or 4 minutes of chasing to catch the group in front of me. I can link that in the description if you guys are interested in seeing where I'm dropped and then I full chase it because everyone else set up in that group. It was a pretty good race, pretty good video. So here I'm trying to recover, doing a pretty good job at just sitting in. Now I know the roller's exiting here. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of effort, but this group is pretty much all came back together. Not too many dropped that I noticed. I think at the beginning I was 14th, 12 or 14th, and at the back of the group, and now here I think there was 12 is what this front group has. So it's all these guys are very good. And then if we noticed here, we had some random 1800 watt sprint happening. Kind of made me laugh because it just came out of nowhere. But those things happen. Who knows what? Trainers every now and then have a bug in them, or could, like he said, it was Wi-Fi. Very well may have been. Who knows? But it was still entertaining. And then the screenshot at the beginning, if you pause it, you'll see someone had a 3900 watt sprint for 49 watts per kilogram. So errors happen, but it's always entertaining to see them in the game. So going out through the new coast here, it's got 3 or 4 kind of, spots to where you really gotta pay attention, because it can slip away pretty easy, because none of these are super big, super long, but if the people at the front really attack it, or someone isn't paying attention, lets a little gap happen, yeah, you're going to get dropped. So here, this is one of them. You got to kind of, now see these orange numbers lighting up, so I'm like, oh man, that's not what I wanted, but hey, you got to do what you got to do to stay in this group. And we dip down, we got another little bump here, going down through the sprint point after this. And luckily, the group's big enough, I can kind of stay in the draft, not go crazy trying to keep off the front, because these guys are working. At the end of the race, you'll see the watts per kilogram. It's kind of crazy how high this race was overall, the riders. And I know at this moment, I'm thinking, my God, this feels like the longest race ever. Because before this, I had done a part of a workout. I had done 3 10-minute efforts at just over FTP. So I'd come into this pre-fatigued. So this section right here, I just wanted to finish. Man, I was like really, really second guessing doing that workout beforehand, because this was super spicy. Like, I was honestly shocked that I made it over Titans Grove with the people that I saw that were signed up. But at this point, I'm like, okay, there's nothing major that can happen unless someone goes super long and they let them go away. We're just going to kind of roll through here. No Bigfoot today, unfortunately. And right now, it's just solely trying to pay attention to the people in front, make sure no gaps but also I want to stay at the back of the pack, because I want to be able to use the draft to move through, because I know my sprint's not very big. So my main success is using the draft and sprinting at the right moment. And you're going to see I don't get it right. I go about maybe 5 seconds too soon. I don't know if it will make a difference overall, but I panic basically, and just start sprinting just a little too early. I do hold the power up, because I don't know exactly how long it was, but some of those fired off real soon. So I did wait a little bit, and see, I went just a little too early. I could have waited till about right here to go, because I come through to the front, and that's where I made a mistake. Might have been able to move up a position or two, but I went about 400 meters instead of 300, and that was just me panicking for no reason at all. But even that being said, I finish. Come on, it looks like 6 I'm going to finish, and pretty happy with that, judging by the fuel that I started with. And you can see the watts per kilogram. This just kind of surprised me. We had 4.9, 4.5, 4.7, 4.4, 4.7, and me at 3.9. So a lot of my success comes from being able to race, and I mean like race when it's hard, and then sit in and draft to recover for these efforts, especially in this top group, because I have to be able to have as much recovery as possible to withstand the hard parts of the race. And knowing the course truly helped understand where I needed to go hard and how I needed to attack that. But I was super, super happy with that. Excellent the whole day out of this, doing the intervals beforehand and then the race. Very happy. And not, like, at this point, I'm totally dead. So hope you guys enjoyed this. I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you very much.